Hey, what's up guys? Brandon here for RC Flight School, and today I'm taking a look at the Futaba 7C. Now this is their FASST system, the FASST 2.4 gigahertz radio. The reason I'm showing you this is because I've been flying Futaba for many years. Yeah, you know we have Spectrum behind us, and we use that for a lot of the Spectrum models because they're bind and fly or they're plug and play, and all you need to do is have a remote. That's great. Spectrum's great for that, and I do like both brands almost equally. But I have had Futaba for many years. I fly my tricopter on this. This Hyperflee up here behind me is flown on one of these. And you know there's pros and cons to every brand out there. In terms of this radio specifically, there is a rebate program going on as of now. So this is the end of September of 11, in case you're watching this at a later date. They do have a program going on where you get a free receiver. So you get a receiver in the box, and then you get another free receiver for buying it. Straight up, you get it right away. It's not a mail-in rebate. You get it from your local hobby shop. They give it to you on the spot. This radio we got from our local hobby town in Germantown. It goes for $279.99. It is a 7-channel. The Spectrum that we fly on behind me, the DX6i, is a 6-channel. The reason we're comparing the two is because they are quite similar. Futaba does have a 6-channel. That's out, but until you go with a 7, you don't get that bigger pixelated screen like the 6 has. So this is my, I guess, my answer to the Spectrum 6i. Let's open up and take a look. I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. Now the benefit from Futaba is years of customer loyalty, I guess. I like them because they've been around a long time and I've always flown on them. But with all those Spectrum products out now from Park Zone and Bind and Flies, it almost seems like everyone has to have a Spectrum radio because of that. I mean, they offer such great deals that way. Pull it out of its box here and the receiver. You do get a charger for it. This is a wall charger, so you can charge the battery that's built in, which they do give you. It comes with it. And turn it on, it's actually charged. You can see the full pixelated screen. Might be tough to see on there, but suffice it to say it is fully pixelated. And then you do get all the knobs and levers, and let me show you a little bit what I mean by that. You go up to a 7-channel, you get a lot more switches and knobs to play with. Now this is a variable rate knob for whatever channel you decide. What do they got it in channel 6. That's a benefit for a few different people for a few different reasons. Flaps, gyros, you can do different things with it. The point is you have the adjustability and you have that feature in case you need it. You have dual rate switches for all 3 channels, and then you have obviously your extra channel switches and the trainer switch here. Now again, it's fully pixelated, and I keep saying that because it makes quite a big difference when you're talking about programming a radio. When you're going through all the menus, the difference between a tiny little screen that has 3 letters abbreviated and a full pixelated screen with a menu in front of you that you're looking at, it cuts half the time off programming. It's a lot simpler, and you also get more features. On a 7-channel, in terms of helicopters, there's more points on the throttle and pitch curve to program in. It just makes for a simpler radio to program and a more versatile radio. I will probably never outfly, meaning I will never buy a model that requires a radio more advanced than this one here. Not in terms of the channels, but in terms of the features. I've never needed 7 channels that I can think of, but the features in here, you got so many mixing options, custom mixes, flaperon, elevon, all those built in, so you'll never outfly this one. It's a radio you can buy and know that you probably have it for almost the rest of your life until something much newer comes out. Let's look on the receiver. This is a cool little receiver. I like these a lot because these are 7-channel, full-range receivers. They do have 2 antennas for diversity. Spectrum has satellite receivers that essentially do the same thing. Futaba's got them built right in. You have 2 independent antennas for diversity that you mount at a 90-degree angle from each other. The receiver itself is extremely lightweight. I believe it's 8 or 9 grams with the case. That could be without. I might be giving you some bad information. Suffice it to say, it's light enough that I got one in the Hyperflee here behind me. This is only a 6-ounce plane, and it does just fine with that receiver in it. It's not too heavy for it. It flies perfectly. And I really like that about these because they're diverse. I can throw this in a full-size gas plane, and I'd be comfortable flying it on that. And I can also throw it in the little guy too, so I'm not buying different receivers for different applications. And this is a full 7-channel. On top of all that, it's very compact. I do like how small it is. There's almost nothing to it, and if you remove the case, it's even smaller. So just another nice feature by Futaba. Now, one little secret added benefit that really may not apply to a lot of people unless you're in an FPV, but another reason I bought this radio was the pin on here. There's a built-in pin that's not used, but that you can tap into to determine what kind of frequency or what kind of range you're getting. When you're flying FPV, first-person view, and you have a plane that's, let's say half mile out, you can lose your range pretty quickly. And so we have the ability to go into the circuit board on here, tap into it, and get feedback to the radio telling us, okay, how much of the signal am I losing? Am I starting to go out of the range or not? Should I turn around? It happens all very quickly when you're out in the air doing 30 miles an hour. So another nice feature on the Futabas is that that's built in. You don't know it unless you do the research, but it's a great little feature. Saves you buying another thing later on. So if you're in FPV, keep that in mind. You can have an on-screen display showing you your packet loss material, which is basically a signal strength indicator. So there you have it. That's the Futaba 7C. My comparison against the Spectrum I, DX6i. Spectrum doesn't have your variable rate knob and a few of the switches and a few of the features you get on having the full pixelated screen. So there you have it. Now, if you guys have any questions, why did he show us this radio and confuse us? Feel free to comment below. I'm very versed with both radios. It is a horse apiece, but it really comes down to application. So if you're trying to decide which one to get, let me know what your setup is. Put the comment down below and I'll do my best to steer you in the right direction. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and we'll see you real soon.